The former Murang'a governor Mwangi wa Iria has taken Gachagua. No. Former Murang'a governor Mwangi wa Iria is going head-on against Gachagua, blaming him of sabotaging Mount Kenya region by what he terms as failure to agitate for the key interest of Mount Kenya farmers 4 months after they got power alongside President William Samoei Ruto. Welcome to the Bold Analysis. My name is Kevin Oduor. In this podcast, let us look at what, through the lenses of Mwangi wa Iria, is the weakest link between Gachagua and William Ruto. Why Mwangi wa Iria feels that Gema could stand to lose in the deal with Ruto, as other regions that, according to him, were having a better bargaining power, seems to be getting something better than what Mount Kenya is getting. In this, also, we have seen as a way to try to wrestle Mount Kenya region from what is an elusive, from what is an imaginary kingpinship going to Rigathi. Mwangi wa Iria has also apologized to the Luhya nation on behalf of Gachagua over Sakaja tax. Who is sending him? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. Today I listened both to the Swahili and English interview of President William Samoei Ruto, so stick here. Tomorrow I'm going to look at that. We'll try to dissect it in our first video in the morning. Mwangi wa Iria is skinning Rigiji for lack of bargaining, saying that the population in Mount Kenya is complaining. And they're complaining that they feel shortchanged. Now, but I need to say that I've tried to do some inquiries and realize that Gachagua is out of the country. So I know in my previous analysis I was wondering why he had not reacted to these impeachment stories, and so far the Sakaja issue, he was out. I think he might have flew back today. So if he attends the cabinet meeting in Nanyuki, then we shall have an idea whether he's back. This is where it all started. I wanted to listen to the clip by one on Mwangi wa Iria when he is actually taking on Rigathi head-on. I've also clamped it by a statement that Rigathi made in Embu about their deal with Ruto.
Na katika kila Jumapili ile mahubiri ambayo inahubiliwa katika makanisa yote na viongozi kutoka eneo la Wakikuyu, kila wakati na mwende mtoe kanda nyinyi wanahabari, ni kwamba Wakikuyu ati walisema wao hakuna chochote ambacho waliitisha, hakuna chochote ambacho waliadikania. Wanasema they are truthful men, wao ni waangwana.
Niona juzi ati watu wamepeleka rais kotini ati amepatia Mount Kenya ma-PS wengi. Si mliona? Kwani tukepewa iko makosa? Si tulijipanga? Si tulijipanga na kura yetu? Kwani iko nini? Hakuna. Sisi Your Excellency, na tunamwambia watu hawa ya magazeti, juzi last Sunday walikuwa naandika maneno ambaye ni ya kulete maneno hayaeleweki. Ati iko shida hapa, ati mlima, ati iko shida. Shida gani? Your Excellency, sisi watu ya mlima hatukuandikania na wewe MOU. Hakuna condition tulikupea hata moja. We trusted you and you trusted us, because we knew you are men of honor and integrity. Siku ya kupeana viti imefika. You even gave us more than we had expected.
And that is a statement which has been planted all over. Watu walikuja kwa kanisa Murang'a, wakaenda Eldoret, wakasema viongozi wetu wale wanasema ndio makipinzi wetu. Ile statement ambao wameambia kila Mkikuyu ni kwamba wao hawakuadikania na serikali ya Kenya Kwanza kile ambacho wanataka. Walisema they are truthful men. They use English. Ati sisi ni waangwana. Na hiyo ndio nimeambiwa na watu wakati wa huo mzunguko. Ati shinda yao ni kwamba ile matakwa yote ambao walipeana katika ile mizunguko ambao ilifanywa ya kutafuta maoni ya matakwa na mahitaji ya watu wa Mlima Kenya yote iliangukia patupu. Kwa sababu baada ya kupelekea Rais William Ruto ili kuwe na mkataba ati tukiingia kwa serikali hii ndio itatendeka, wao wametuambia we are truthful men. We are truthful men. Sisi hatukuadikania na William Ruto chochote. Sisi ni waangwana. So we have no claim. Tulikuwa tumeongea mambo ya kahawa na tukakubaliana bei. Tukasema tunataka kahawa kama shilingi 200 kwa kilo. Tukafikiria itawekwa kwa mkataba. Jamaa ametuambia we are truthful men. Sisi hatukuadikania hiyo. Kwa sababu sisi ni waangwana. Sisi tunaongeaga ukweli na sisi hatukuidhisha kitu. Sisi hatukusaini. Hiyo mzunguko yote ilikuwa ya nini? Kama watu walizunguka kutafuta matakwa na mahitaji ya watu wetu, alafu watu wanajiita truthful men, ati haikusainiwa. Hiyo ilipelekwa wapi? Mtu alipeleka kwake nyumbani. Vita kati ya watu wawili isiwe converted iwe vita kati ya kabila mbili. Na mimi nataka kurudia, sisi na Wanamlebe we are brothers and sisters. Na ningetaka kusema mimi ni kiongozi wa Kikuyu. Kama Wakikuyu wamesema kitu ambacho kimewaudhi Wanamlebe, on their behalf we are sorry. Hatuna nia sisi ya kuleta uhasama kati ya hiyo makabila mawili. They are our brothers.
The speech by Mwangi is very interesting to me because as leaders, that is the discussion that leaders should have when you're talking about the interest of our people. For example, I normally like Mount Kenya beat for one thing. It's that place where people will speak about macadamia, coffee, tea, and milk. In fact, I think it's one of the most resourceful counties in terms of agricultural produce. There's others. Now, while Mwangi is talking about what is happening to what we agreed, he's saying that when Ruto walked around in the economic forums, there were agreements that were written down of things that were supposed to be done to them, especially on the coffee front and the agricultural front, but they're not being handled, or they're no longer on table. And Rigiji has resorted to moving in the region, telling them that hawakuwai and ukana. I'll tell you the big thing. When that is happening in Gema, you will see that in my place of Siaya, in my Nyanza County, I have not listened to a single leader talking about what, like for example, just to be specific, Owalo, speaking to us about whether William Ruto is in conformity with the economic blueprint that they wrote in one of the hotels in Kisumu. Is because there were personal interests that Ruto would easily serve against the regional interests. Most of other leaders who came with a bitter venom against Uhuru Kenyatta, and they were only after revenge mission. So when William Ruto's candidature presented a prime opportunity, they came in to support Ruto, not even for Ruto to win, but they were getting an opportunity to attack former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, you can see that Rigathi Gachagua that has made Rigathi Gachagua very vulnerable. I wanted to listen to, I got a full statement from the Bumula Member of Parliament about the impeachment thing.
And he was telling his people that the remaining positions in government, most of them are going to go to Kikuyus. That now you'll be seeing names of Mushiri, Waweru for the remaining positions. Rigathi Gachagua must know that respect is earned. How he is conducting himself is below par. He has become a tribal chauvinist. Every time that man opens his mouth, you wonder whether he's the deputy president of Kenya or he's the deputy president of the Kikuyu Republic. He's threatening everyone, left, right, center. You saw what he did with the good governor of Nairobi County, Honorable Sakaja, threatening him. Oh, tulikupatia watu, niliongelesha wa Kikuyu. Sakaja was not elected by Kikuyus. Sakaja was elected by Kenyans in Nairobi. So we want to call out the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua that if you don't respect yourself as the Deputy President of Kenya, we will not respect you. In fact, at some point, we will bring a motion, I will bring a motion in Parliament to impeach you, discuss your conduct and impeach you, because you are becoming a very big embarrassment to the Republic of Kenya. Secondly, it is worrying when you look at the appointments made by the President. He's validating Rigathi Gachagua's remarks. Every day he's making appointments, including yesterday. We are seeing most of those appointments going to two tribes, Kikuyus and Kalenjins.
So from that, you see the way, even Orengo the other day when he was in Siaya, he was in Kakamega, he also joined the attack on Rigathi. And tomorrow, another day, I'll try to look at it on some other angle, why there have been these consistent attacks on Rigathi. We will try to look at that maybe. We could be talking about this issue, but there could be political choreographies behind everything that is going on. When Ruto candidature presented itself, it was an opportunity for Mount Kenya leaders to insult Uhuru Kenyatta and even not to win the president. Now, their interests were served. That is why they have become vulnerable. I can tell you that it's only now the Mwangi areas who are out of government that are talking about the coffee, macadamia, and the milk. But the people in government have been bragging about how we have been given positions. There is no denial that Riggy G has been just thumping that, look here, Gema needs to get what they have because they voted for President Ruto. So, to some extent, at the campaign trail, we were talking about issues. We were talking about what needs to be done for the regional economy. But when immediately people got raw power, I think people got drunk with power, and the discussion changed from that into how our people are going to be appointed in government. And Ruto realized, okay, that's what you guys want? Fine. I even don't have money to address the other issues that we had talked about. So what he has done is, I listened to the interview saying that he realized that not so many things can be done because of the state of the economy. And I am also tempted to think that maybe the state of the economy is being misrepresented for some delay tactics so that other things can be done. But that is not for this analysis. We might have to look at that somewhere. So what is happening is very critical here. That we are talking about things. People wanted some quick wins. And Ruto knew that, okay, they want quick wins. Drop that case, drop that one, MPs get that share, get that position, get this cabinet, this. So there have been these quick wins. So some of these leaders have got the quick wins, and these quick wins are just bait. So they can't ask the bigger question. I have a feeling that Riggy should not dismiss Iria voice, because I know that in the past they've had an altercation where Iria was accusing Riggy that he's the person behind some corruption case that had been revived against Iria touching on the wife and some piece of land, some corruption case. So their acrimony had started way back, and after that, Rigiji dismissed him, saying that those are just Azimio sympathizers. But I need to remind you that, remember, this is how Moses Kuria initiated Uhuru Venom in Mount Kenya. In 2019, Moses Kuria started, and I think by that time, Waiguru was on the other side of Uhuru Kenyatta. And Moses Kuria started saying that, look here, we are getting a road deal, and Uhuru Kenyatta has abandoned the region. It started that way, and Uhuru had to rush back to the mountain and then do some very many activities there, because the narrative that Uhuru had abandoned the region had started. It was started by Moses Kuria. By that time, I remember the likes of Waiguru really going against Moses Kuria, that he was trying to disrespect their leader. So this is what started. And before Uhuru realized, UDA party had projected itself in Mount Kenya as the region's messiah. And I've always said that when people have been giving credit to, I've seen the current deputy president and other leaders taking credit, the person who started planting Uhuru Venom in Mount Kenya was Moses Kuria. He started then when Uhuru went there and started doing some projects, it went down. And when then they realized they needed to do it for political expediency, it was done, well laid down structure, well. So it is the same thing. And what Mwangi wa Iria is a voice, it's different when you are looking for power, but when you get power, people also just look out to what do you want? What are you really presenting? What do you have for them? So that question cannot be wished away. The reason why I'm saying that is because the voice of Mwangi wa Iria is a voice that represents UDA leaders who are maybe behind William Ruto, but have missed out on the cake. So that voice that Mwangi wa Iria is speaking about is now speaking on is the same voice of Kabogos and Waruguru. These are people that will still, if they still harbor political ambitions, they cannot make their way within the UDA circles. And so, they know that some of the leaders in Mount Kenya within UDA will try to debunk, or rather to bank on incumbency. And incumbency against a narrative that what you promised us has not been delivered, I'm telling you, it can't work. We know that rice farmers in Mwea were crying out the other day that we're importing rice and we have rice here. And the issues of coffee have not fully been addressed, although it's a process. Government sometimes delay, you cry out so that some few months to general election, it's done. And, used for politics, then optics after that, boom, you've re-elected them. So, this is how Uhuru rebellion started. So regarding Gachagua should not wish it away now. Uhuru's sympathizers would campaign on that platform. That Rigiji have not negotiated a better stake for the region. So that's why what cannot be wished away. I am pulling a wild suggestion that Ruto is shrewd. And there is a high possibility that he can also sponsor such a narrative to vilify Gachagua and render him unpopular. Or not even that, other leaders from the region that are eyeing for kingpinship could still be behind the move, or that narrative by Wairia to hit Gachagua on that. And that's why I analyzed to some point that Ricky G is a good finisher and is right in order to push this. But when he went out and thrusted that I want to be Mount Kenya kingpin, and now he seems to be out to take it by force and power, is now fighting many battles, and this is just one of them. It's upon this. My good feeling is that when you see leaders asking questions about what the electorate has not been done, it's something that is supposed to be emulated, not a conversation on so and so have been elected and me or our people have not been elected in government. That's my take, guys.